Let's take a closer look at the Nipah virus. The scientific name for the virus is Nipah virus. It is named after Sungai Nipah, which is a village in Negeri Sembilan, Malaysia. As suggested by the scientific name, the virus belongs to the Nipah virus genus, which is under the Paramoxiviridae family. Like all viruses under the same genus, it is an RNA-type virus. Its shape varies from filamented to spherical shape. This virus is so dangerous, it is classified as a biosafety level 4 organism. Fun fact, there are less than 100 BSL-4 equipped laboratories around the world, making research on the virus somewhat limited. Nipah virus infection currently has no cure, and patients are instead given supportive care as primary treatment. Therefore, based on World Health Organization's priority list for research and development.
A brief history of Nipah virus. Nipah virus was first discovered in 1999 following an outbreak of disease in pigs and people in Malaysia and Singapore. This outbreak resulted in nearly 300 human cases and more than 100 deaths. In order to help manage the outbreak, more than 1 million pigs were killed, which had a significant economic impact. Nipah virus outbreaks have been reported almost yearly in several regions of Asia since 1999, notably in Bangladesh and India. Despite the fact that there haven't been any other known outbreaks in Malaysia or Singapore, the virus has been shown to spread from person to person in these outbreaks. Concerns regarding the possibility that Nipah virus could start a worldwide pandemic have been raised as a result of evidence that the virus can move from person to person in these outbreaks. The symptoms of Nipah virus infection range from mild to severe, with death occurring in 40% till 70% of those infected in documented outbreaks between 1999 and 2018.
The Nipah virus can be spread to others by three ways: infected animals or their body fluids, consuming contaminated food products, and infected person or their body fluids. According to WHO, the natural hosts for Nipah virus are fruit bats of the family Theropodidae, particularly species belonging to the Theropus genus. Nonetheless, there is no apparent disease found in fruit bats. In the first known NiV outbreak, it appeared that the NiV strain had been transmitted initially from bats to pigs and later was spread within the pig populations. Eventually, the workers who had direct contact with those infected pigs started falling ill. The transmission also occurs due to the consumption of food products as well as eating raw dead palm sap or fruit that had been contaminated with infected animals, saliva, or urine from infected pets. In several cases of NiV infection, it had been reported that people who climbed trees where bats often roost were also being infected. There were 0 cases reported caused by person-to-person transmission in the first outbreak. However, the person-to-person spread was regularly reported later on in Bangladesh and India. A person could get infected if he had close contact with another person infected with NiV, families and caregivers of NiV-infected patients, or their body fluids including nasal or respiratory droplets, urine, or blood.
Impact of Nipah virus disease to human is most of the infected people initially develop symptoms including fever, headache, mild jaw which is a muscle pain, vomiting and sore throat. This can be followed by dizziness, drowsiness, altered consciousness and neurological signs that indicate acute encephalitis. Some people can also experience a difficult pneumonia and severe respiratory problems, including acute respiratory distress. Encephalitis and seizures occur in severe cases, progressing to coma within 24 to 48 hours.
Prevention and control by Malaysia government of Nipah virus. So in early phase, the cause was initially misidentified. Early management measures by the government such as mosquito fogging and pig vaccination against GE were deployed to the affected area, but they proved ineffective as more cases emerged despite the early steps. GE is Japanese encephalitis. This virus was the previous outbreak in Malaysia, so they thought that the GE was the cause of this outbreak. So in March 1999, at Kampung Sungai Nipah, a local virologist named Chua Kao Beng discovered the source of the infection. Following the findings, there was widespread of surveillance of pig population as well as the culling of over 1 million pigs. The outbreak in neighbouring Singapore also resulted in an immediate ban on importing pigs into the country and the subsequent closure of abattoirs. So there are a few efforts by the government to broaden the prevention nowadays, including the increasing surveillance of animals and people in areas where Nipah virus is known to exist, increasing research on the ecology of fruit bats to understand where they live and how they spread the virus to other animals and people, improving tools to detect the virus early in communities and livestock, and last one is reinforcing protocols for healthcare setting on standard infection control practices to prevent person-to-person spread.